Hey everybody, this is Mr. Fox with Custom Comic Strips and Mr. Fox Books. I want to welcome you again live to another live show, a live broadcast. As you can see on the screen, I am working on our children's book app, getting the art ready for our children's book app. Here, a little bit later on tonight, I'll be working on the comic book, gonna get a little bit of a head start on that. Well, somewhat of a head start anyway. But yeah, here a bit later, I'll jump into that. So right now, you guys are watching me prep the art for the children's book app that we're creating. Earlier in the day, I already did the voice recording for each and every page. That's for our coder, Chappie, software guy. Anyway, he just needs a placeholder for when we hire a voice actor to do the actual recording. Our children's book app is going to actually be narrated, and the kids or parents will have a choice of either the kids or parents will have a choice of either being able to just read it or having it read to them. So that's one of the functional features that we'll have in there. There's a couple other functional features that I'd love to tell you guys about, but I can't. It's kind of a surprise for when the book comes out, but they're quite a few cool things that we're doing and we're working on. So yeah, anyway, I'm getting the art ready here, and then once it's ready, we'll be well, this is for, again, I can't give away too much. I think I already said in one of the previous videos, but if I haven't, I really don't want to say it until we release the book, or release the app. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, so I'm prepping the files for the app, and then I'll have to keep going down the list and seeing what we got. I know at some point I'm gonna have to do the animation work for these pages, and it's gonna be pretty tedious work, but it'll be a lot of fun. And when I say tedious, guys, it's just because I've got a little bit of background in 3D animation, not enough or nothing to show or to brag about, but I do have extensive knowledge on how to do it, and we will be incorporating that at some point into the live broadcast. This app is not going to have any 3D animation. It's all going to be 2D, but still, it's I haven't practiced 2D in a while. I haven't really done a whole lot on the 2D side of things, so it's going to be a fun learning process for us all. And yeah, that'll be coming up. Anyway, so how was your guys' day? I always forget to ask. That's, usually I ask, hey, how's your day? How was your day going? So, hey, how's your day? Was it good? Was it great? How was your weekend? Did you have a fun weekend? Mine was good. Can't complain. just been working, man. Working. It's what I do. It's all I know how to do. Yeah. Some people think I work too much, but, you know, there's so many cool things we got going on, and I love what I do, so it's kind of hard for me to... Sometimes it's kind of hard for me just to call it quits for the day or the night, because I go from one thing to the next and the next and the next, and it's just I can't stop. Speaking, well, no, you guys will have to just check back on the previous episode. It should be archived below, or archived in the previous videos. You'll see what I'm referring to as far as not being able to quit or stop working on a project. I was working on the children's ebook for a client, and my carpal tunnel was kicking in. My wrist was really killing me, and you know, but I was creating some really, really cool art, and I just didn't want to quit. So, but yeah, that's archived. That's in the previous video. I believe that was Friday's video, if I remember correctly. So yeah, check it out. It should be in the other videos. All right, let's see. I need to get all this stuff cleaned up here. Right now I'm working on the app, our children's book app. And if you guys haven't checked it out, it's called The House on Haunted Hollow. You can get the digital version on Amazon right now. If you want a physical version, we've got a softcover or hardcover version of the book. And if you go to the website houseonhauntedhollow.com, it'll take you to there'll be a link on the very front of the website that'll take you to our book publisher's page, and you can order a book there. If you want it signed, you could just check mark on the purchase page that you'd like it signed, and what they do is they let me know, and I go down there and I sign the books. And some of you are probably wondering, well, why don't you just sign them up front? Well, you know, I could do that, but not everybody's requested a signed book, so not everybody might want a signed book. So, you know, I just don't want to. I'll sign if you guys request me to sign the book, but yeah. Anyway, I believe I have to check on Amazon, so don't quote me on this. But if you guys have an Amazon account and you're part of, I don't know if it's Prime or if it's something different, but I think if you're a Prime member, or if you're, hold on, let me pull up Amazon real quick and take a look. I know, like, I have signed up. Let's see. Let me go to Amazon here, and I'll be able to tell you in more detail. Amazon.com. Alrighty. There she is. Okay, so if you guys are part of the Kindle Unlimited program, or subscriber for that, let's see, how does this work? Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, if you guys are part of the Kindle Unlimited program, it looks like you can enjoy the freedom to explore over 800,000 titles and thousands of audiobooks on any device for $9.99 a month. Anyway, if you guys are a Kindle Unlimited subscriber, you can get our book for free right now. If you're not, it's $4.99. So it's a great book. A lot of the kids that we've read it to, a lot of kids in general, just they really enjoy the book. So go check it out, guys. Anyway. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Back to what I... Oh, there it is. Back to what I was doing. Also, just to let you guys know, I am sending out hand-drawn art with a nice typed letter to anybody that buys a book. It's got to be a physical copy, not the digital copy. But anybody that buys a physical book will get hand-drawn art from myself, signed. The letter will be signed and everything. Something really nice you could put up in a frame, picture frame. I do believe if you go to the House on Haunted Hollow Facebook page, you can see a picture of a sample picture of what I'm sending out. Anyway, that's something you guys are going to have to request, but I'm only doing that for the first 150 books. So if you guys would like something like that, yeah, definitely pick up a book and then shoot me an email, and I'll be more than happy to create some hand-drawn art for you. Get it sent out. I just want to let you guys know that I am a little behind on that, and it's just because of, you know, all the client work that we've got going on and just all the stuff we've got going on. But I will make sure that I've got a list of people that are waiting, and you know, I'll just put you on the list, and we'll get it done as soon as I get a chance to get it done. But yeah, just a special thank you to everybody that's supported us and bought a book, and just my way of giving back and saying thank you. So check it out. And if you're past the 150, yeah, it's just something special I'm doing for the people that helped us out on this first run. So if you say miss out on this run, guys, we are working on a Christmas book that was supposed to be out this year, but with all that's going on, I don't think it's going to be out this year. It may be done by this year. The story's already written, and all the brainstorming's done on what we're wanting to see with the art and all that. The only thing we're down to is just me starting on it. And I haven't had time. I've been extremely busy with other projects, so I'm sure I'll get around to getting started this year. But will it be done? I don't know. But if you, like I was saying, if you miss out on getting the hand-drawn art for this book, I will be doing the same thing for the Christmas book, and I'll be doing that for any future books that we release. But it's only going to be for the first. It's only going to be for the first release of the book. So I'm not going to be doing it in the future. And it's just because it does take a lot of my time, and I just want to make sure that time is given to the people that really enjoy our books and are giving us support on the first launch of each book. So that's something that interests you guys, if that's something you guys want to get a hold of, then make sure. I don't know how many slots we have left. I know we have quite a few. I mean, we've had quite a few books sold, and not a lot of people have requested for the hand drawn art. So there's still a lot available. So if you're wondering, oh man, I'm gonna miss out on this one. No, you're not gonna miss out. I don't think you will anyway. I'll let you guys know when we're getting close to not offering that anymore. But also, let me just tell you this: look, some of you that are watching that have read the book, or some of you that may pick up the book in the future and read it. I always get asked what happens at the end. And let me just say this, guys. This is the way we did this book. For first, we did this for kids. So for any of the adults out there that enjoyed it but are asking, they've got a lot of questions, or they want to know why the story ended the way it did. It's because we wanted to encourage kids to use their imagination. We wanted them to think about how they would have thought it ended, or how they would have thought they got back to their home. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give too much away, but to answer your guys' question, it's to inspire and spur the thought of using your imagination. And and it's funny because I've never had a kid ask me, well, how did they get back, and how did this, and how did that? I've only had adults, and it's so funny because I guess it's funny and sad in a way too, but it's so funny because the adults are always the ones that ask, because it's in their mind, and just within life in general, everything is pretty much there. I don't really see enough stuff floating around that really inspires people to use their imagination or be creative. Anybody that reads books usually kind of gets what happens, or they use their imagination. But for the people that don't read, especially in their adult life, and they're just kind of, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with it. I'm trying not to. I guess I'm trying not to be disrespectful in a way. But anyway, I think a lot of adults miss what's going on because they don't know how to use their imagination much anymore, or they're rarely using it. Okay, and what the end of the story is meant to do is to make the kids wonder and think, how did they get home? How did this happen? Or how did that happen? And, and it kind of opens the door to that, or it even opens the door for us to do a sequel on this book if we ever choose to. But the way we ended it, we wanted the kids to think. We wanted them really to use their imagination, because I remember when I was a kid and I would read books, I would imagine being in that book, and where it was at, the location, the characters, and I had this mental image of what these places look like and what these characters look like. And not to say that kids don't do that much, or there's not enough stuff out there. There's plenty of stuff out there. There's but we just wanted to make sure that our book did that. We didn't want to just release something that was just a story, right? Nothing. There was, we didn't want to release content that was just blah. Anyway, so yeah, for all the adults that are reading this book to their kids at night and they're sitting there wondering, man, how does this work, or how does that, or why did it end like this, or what, guys, it's meant for you guys to use your imagination. So when the book ends, why don't you ask your kid and say, hey, how do you think they got back? How do you think it ended? What do you think happens to them next? And inspire your kid to use their own imagination and have them tell you the rest of the story. In my eyes and in the writer's eyes, we finished the story. I mean, the story's done. It ends, and it ends well. But we also leave it open for you guys to tell the story any way you want at the end. So if your kid has a question about, how did they get back, or how's this, or how's that, that's what you do. You say, okay, well, what do you think happened? Anyway, just wanted to kind of cover that because I thought it's always funny because I always have, it's always the adults. Well, I don't understand the ending. Or I don't understand how did they do this, or how did they get back. And the funny part is, every kid that's read it, or every kid that I've ever talked to that said that they've read it, they totally get it. They totally get the ending, and it's so funny. And not in a bad way. I don't mean funny in a bad way. It's just so funny how we are pushed to grow up, and we're pushed in a certain direction to think, and as an adult, and we kind of forget about the simplicity of a story sometimes, or this, that, and the other. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling there, but. Yeah. Anyway. Any of you guys that have read the book also, and you feel like, well, if you ever you ever compliment us by saying, wow, this sounds a lot like Dr. Seuss, we'll be more than happy to, accept that as a compliment, because to us that's a big compliment. A lot of Dr. Seuss's stories has inspired a lot of us growing up that were fortunate enough to really enjoy his books, and any of the newer generations that are enjoying it now. But yeah, I mean, we've had some people say, "Wow, this is really well done. It sounds like something Dr. Seuss would write." And while we would prefer people to say, "Wow, this is a great story," and this is unique to Dayton and I. Dayton's the writer. We're also very, very humbled and very accepting when people say, it sounds like something Seuss would write. I mean, to us, that's an awesome compliment. I think when I was younger, I'd get a little upset and be like, well, no, we wrote this, and this is, blah blah blah. But you know what? It's very, very true. I mean, I would say his books did influence how we wrote this book, and not word for word, but just we wanted it to rhyme, we wanted it to have a certain flow, and I think in literature terms there's a specific word, and I'm not very familiar with it off the top of my head, so I'd have to look it up, but it had something to do with like how somebody reads the book, the tempo of the book, right? And there's a specific term for that. I'm sure some of you are probably screaming it right now. But yeah, I mean, it has, his stories have inspired us. So, yeah, this has been a passion project. This is something we've wanted to do since we were in high school. We wanted to do our own comic book. We wanted to do our own children's book, and we tried to get started on a project. I can't give you guys the title of the project because it will be another book that we put out at some point. But we started and we tried to create the story, and it's kind of funny how things work out because it just was bad timing. I believe he was starting at EA Games at the time or something. Or maybe he was getting through business school at UCLA, I think, at the time, or something. Something just didn't line up. And I had a basic story of this story already written up, and I said I have this great story, and I think it would make a great short animated film, because I was thinking about possibly turning this into an animated short and using it for school, but also submitting it to film festivals, which is still a possibility. But I let him read it, and he's like, this is a great story. He's like, I think this would make a great short animated film. He's like, although it could be written better. And I just kind of chuckled, because that's just how we are. I mean, some of you may think, wow, he was being a jerk. No, he wasn't. He was just being truthful, and he was giving me the truth. So I just kind of chuckled, and I said, well, that's why I'm kind of asking you, because I'd love for you to write this as an actual story. So so he took it and ran with it, and he did an amazing job. And the rest is history, guys. I mean, we won grand prize for our children's book contest out of 26 entries. The judges chose ours as the best, and that was a very humbling and proud moment for us. I mean, we weren't expecting to win. We thought somebody actually might have something a lot better than what we produced, and so let's see here. And I don't know. We found out that we won grand prize, and it was just, I don't know. It was an awesome feeling, because it was a very proud moment for us. It helped us realize that our dream of becoming children's book creators was that much more closer for us to obtain, and we just ran with it. We just kept running with it, and we didn't look back. We're not going to look back. So, and I kind of rambled on there, didn't I? Anyway. Let's see. We got is it 1920? 1920 by 1080. I think that's 1080. I think that's right. Is that right? 1920 by 1080. We'll find out, won't we? And I believe we're in page 12. Yep. Next. Revised finals. Print ready. 13 is the page we're on. Okay. File. Save as. We want to save this. under here, so that way we don't accidentally save over the actual final. I mean, I've got these files backed up on the file server. I'm just doing this so that way things don't get screwed up, because a lot of the times I have a tendency of screwing things up big time. Alright, so I let me double check again. Save as. Yep, it's in the right spot. So now what we do is we start turning off some of these layers here. Let's go down to that layer and turn that off. That. Nope, leave that. Yeah, we can leave that. Let's turn that off. That off. That. Mountains color. That. Road color. Background grass. House lights. House color. Tree color. Grass color. Sidewalk color. Grass color again. I'm not sure what layer 27 is, but it's getting turned off. Decoration color, deco, I mean. Grass again. Background kids color. That. My character color. And that. And that. That. Oops. And ink. That's it? Oh, darn, that's it. Okay, so not much to erase on this one. So that's good. That's good. Some of these will be a lot to erase when we turn these layers off. Some won't. Just depends. Revise number 3. Oh, excuse me. Shouldn't yawn. Make the rest of you guys yawn. Okay, that is that. That was Eclipse Mountain. Yep, mountain. There is some mountain area that we have to erase. Not much, just a little. Let's check around, make sure. Nothing there. Nothing back there. Okay. Background house, yes. We gotta erase this stuff here. Some of you are probably wondering, like, why I didn't do this before, or why did I draw out the whole house back here if it's behind this ghost or whatever. When I work on my art, usually, and there's a big usually I end up drawing out everything that's behind, that's even if it's going to be behind an object. And there's a reason for this, and the reason is you never know when you're gonna need something out of that image. And if I wouldn't have done it the first time, then I'd have to go back through and say redraw part of the window, redraw this, and it you know, if I don't have the time, if I'm working on a new project, or a project, when I mean new project, a project for, say, this book, if I don't set it up right, it's going to take me that much more time on any newer project. So I was thinking ahead, and guys, I know it's very easy and very quick to kind of think on the short term of, you know, what you're doing with your projects or your clients' projects, but you also want to think long term too. You want to start with the bigger picture. So this is how I work. I start with the bigger picture of a project. So I take a project, I get started, and the first thing I do is think about the grand picture of this is what we're going to do. And this is what the whole thing is going to look like. And then I start narrowing it back, coming back backwards per se, or would you say forward? Either way, whatever you think. Anyway, I get smaller on my thinking. So, I start with the bigger picture and then I go with the smaller, go slowly down to the smaller picture. So it's like, okay, this is what it's going to look like, and this is what we're going to need on a broader scale. And then the next step from there is this piece, and this piece. And then from that, I go the next step and what we need for this piece, and this piece to make this piece and this piece. So, I kind of just keep stepping back and getting smaller and smaller till, I've got everything, I've got everything set up. And what a lot of what that allows me to do is just be prepared for anything, really, if you think about it. It allows me to be prepared for any future stuff, any stuff that's prevalent in the now. I mean, there's just so much there that it's really hard for me to describe. I'd have to show you guys one of these times, but that's how I work. I go broad and then bring it more narrow as I work in. And that's probably good there. I work my way in. Just allows me to be really flexible. And I gotta tell you, a lot of people don't do that, and then they wonder why they aren't as successful, or maybe they wonder why they're having a hard time working with a client, or this, that, and the other. It's because of that a large amount of the time. I mean, you have to be, I think you really have to be prepared, and you have to have everything ready. You have to have everything ready to go for that client. Because if they call and say, hey, we need this, can you do this? And instead of saying, well, this is going to take me yada yada more hours and blah blah blah, you can say, yep, it's going to take me about 10 minutes and an hour, however long it's going to take, and you'll be ready to go. And trust me, your clients will thank you. They may not even realize that you've done this, and they don't even need to know, really. But it's all about working smart and not hard, right? It's okay to work hard, but you want to work smart, because the smarter you work, the less effort you're going to have to put in. And I guess that's probably the easiest way of saying that without rambling too much or getting you guys confused. And I know it sounds kind of contradictory, where you're like, well, don't I want to work hard? Yeah, you want to work hard, but if you're working smart, it just allows you to be more relaxed in working hard. Does that make sense? Allows you to just take a breath from time to time. Whereas if you're just constantly working hard, it's nonstop. You're going and going and going and going. And, you want to be able to just have fun. You want to be able to relax and get your stuff done. So work smart, guys. As my art teachers would say, keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, they would say that. Keep it simple, stupid. KISS, not the band. Simple abbreviation. Keep it simple, stupid. So, anyway. How you guys doing out there? You guys enjoying what you see? You guys want me to stop talking, blabbing your ear off, anything? Just let me know. Let me know. Let's see here. Is that what I need? Nope. Okay, that's the wrong layer, but we need that one though. If you're watching and you wonder why I'm yawning, it's because I drank a bunch of coffee earlier, and it wears off pretty darn quick for me. It doesn't really affect me much. It gets me really hyper. Gets me going really quick, but then it just dies off really quick as well. So I'm missing something here. There's another color layer right here, but I don't know. I bet you I screwed up and put that. Well, I don't know. What grass layer is that? No. 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 Nope. I bet you it's this one. No. What? I have a grass and color layer that I'm not even... Oh, down here. I'll be darned. Oh, that's right. It's that layer right there. So it's okay. Man, I tell ya. I think those guys are good. I do need... Where's that grass layer at? And door frame, Zoe, Dan. Where? Oh my goodness. Alright, let's start at the bottom here real quick. No. Okay, there's sidewalk. There's grass there. Where this? There we go. Found it. That's not the layer I was looking for, but what I need to find is a grass layer. Or not the grass layer. Need to find the layer where this glow is on the pumpkins because I need to erase it. It's got to be gone. No. Where's that grass layer at? Oh my goodness, seriously? BG grass. Yeah, that's that, but where? This is why making sure your layers are labeled appropriately comes in handy. Tree ink. No. Where? I'm confused. Guys, I'm there. Okay, so I thought that was right. Well, then where's that? Oh my goodness, seriously? Okay, so we found that grass layer. Okay, there's that grass layer. Man, I tell you, I've got things all kinds of weird here. Alright, so next, what was I looking for? I was looking for something. The pumpkin, this glow on the pumpkins, that's what I was looking for. Where? Not mountains, not eclipse. Where are those things hiding at? Not on that layer. Not on that layer. on that layer. Not on that one. No. Ah, found it. Okay. I think we got everything erased that needed to be erased. Looks about good. About right. Okie dokie. Save that. And then we're gonna make that grayscale. Merge, discard. Alrighty. Okay. Let's do a file save for web. Excuse me. Dang, I gotta stop doing that because I don't want to make you guys yawn or tired. Coffee's wearing off. I need to probably stand up and do some jumping jacks or something. Might help. What do you guys think? Alright, so let's save this. I hope I'm saving these out to the right file format. I guess I find out. Luckily, the good part is that they're right here. So I mean, it's if I need to change the file format, it's gonna be real quick. It'll take me about half hour, but quick enough anyway. Alrighty. Man. Finals. Print ready. 14. Wow, we've got a lot of pages to go. A lot. If you're wondering how many pages we got to go, there's 46 pages in this book. So, yeah, we've got a lot of pages. Okay, we'll save that there. Start turning off some of this color. Color. Road color. Grass color, road color, house lights, UG grass color. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Mountains. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, that's clouds and boom. Okay. So let's take a look. Make sure. Let's see. Nothing bleeding through so far. You guys see anything bleeding through? This might be a quick one right here. Yep, I'm pretty sure it is. So this, I think, I know at some point in the book I stopped. Oh, yeah, I gotta do something down there. But I know at some point in the book I did stop the doing things a certain way, and I did not finish the lines through. So. You guys can do it however you want to do it with your art. For right now, I can tell you right now, the initial start that I did on this book, as far as the art goes, drawing out everything in the background and coloring everything in, I do that now. Like I realize now that it's the best method for me anyway, and my clients. So, but it looks like to save time, what I did here was I went in and made sure that a lot of the lines were erased behind the characters and stuff. So I'm not sure why. I think it was just to save time when I was inking. So a lot of things have changed since I worked on this book, and it's kind of cool but weird in the same aspect that not too much or not too shortly after this, getting this book done, my art style changed for the good, to a certain extent, but it changed, I would say, dramatically. And I could go back to a simpler style like this very easily. It just it's gonna be kind of tough. But I would say my art style changed within 6 months after doing this book, and I think part of it has to do with the fact that after I got this book done, I realized that I really didn't have anything to be afraid of. I didn't have to worry about failing. I know that was a big worry of mine, was failing myself and failing my good friend Dayton, the writer of this book. You know, I didn't want to fail. I really didn't want to fail in his eyes. You know, I did this book for both of us, and I did this book for myself, but in all reality, like, I was really, really afraid I was going to fail my best friend, and I didn't want to do that. And it's kind of funny how fear can cripple you in that way, because there was always that fear of failing and not succeeding at finishing this book. And once I got past that, once we got the book done and it went out to print and people were buying it and enjoying it and kids were loving it, and my whole outlook on just doing work in general, whether it be for myself or clients, it changed. I went from thinking that it's going to be a hard project, or thinking that I'm going to fail and this, that, and the other. And once I didn't fail on this, once I realized that I succeeded, it was over with as far as that line of thinking goes. Now it's like, bring it on. I'm open to any big project. I'm not afraid. Bring it on. Let's see. Grayscale. Merge. Discard. Anybody out there that's an artist, or anybody in general, have that fear of failure on anything? If you want to talk, I'd love to talk to you about it. Maybe give you some advice on how to overcome your fears and move past them and actually complete your projects. I can only give you guys advice, though. I can't tell you how to do it to the T. I can't say this is how it's done, because, you know, everybody's got to find that way of getting past that. If that makes sense. Alright, so now we're on page 15. We've got quite a bit to go. And I'm going to put on a flannel shirt here. It's pretty cold in the basement here where I'm working in my home office. It's freezing down here. It's already cold because I'm in the basement. The house is so well insulated, and then we got vents, blowing cold air down here. So it's so cold, my nose is running. Anyway, let's see. Finals, print ready, and we're on page 15, I believe, aren't we? Yeah, 15, revise 2, and we'll close this one down, hit no, and then we'll do file, save as, gap, coloring book, page 15. Save. Okay. Alright. Time to start shutting down these layers here. No. Yeah, this is why I have so many layers, guys. My ink and my color are on separate layers. I've been doing it this way since high school. Like, I learned a long time ago not to put my my ink and color on the same layer, just because of stuff like this. I guess I was fortunate enough to realize that there's going to be times where you need to have separate layers, like now. Because if I wouldn't have done this on separate layers, I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing right now. So I would have had to have gone in to the sketch layer and re-inked everything, which is just a huge waste of time. Huge waste of time, guys. Okay, looks like we don't have much going on, so let's... Nothing bleeding through on that. Nothing any... Oh, well, spider. So the decorations... Let's see, where's... Decorations. Background kids are fine. Grass. Oh, sidewalk. Okay, so let's do sidewalk here. We really don't... I mean, I don't have to do this, but this is going to look better on the app. You know what? No, I don't need to do that. Not on the sidewalk here. I just need anything that's like right back here that's kind of running through another object. That's what I need to erase and not worry about some of the other stuff. Sorry. Sure you guys heard the dog barking. Somebody's walking down the street or on the sidewalk. She likes to think that anybody walking on a sidewalk, on her sidewalk, is interfering. She barks at everything. Of course, the boys are going crazy up there. I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it. Yep, I could always fix it if it's not. So let's do this. This. Save. mode, grayscale. Let's see. Wait a minute, did I file save for web? No, I didn't do that. 1920. What page are we on? 15? Yeah. What are they doing up there?
He's reenacting Home Alone.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see here. File, save as. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Shadow. I'm not sure where that shadow was at. Road color, grass color, shape. Oh, that right there. That stays on. So does that. That's light. Trees color. House shade. House color. House color 1. House lights. Layer 9. Layer 10. Let's see that. What was that? Oh, that. Nope, that stays on. That turns on. Oh, we can leave that. Let's see. No, just do that. Boom. Yep. Okay, so this one's gonna take some work. Where to start? Alright, well, let's start with sidewalk.
What?
Hmm?
What? My sister.
Jadlin's like, I gotta hide from them crazy kids up there.
And your sister's making money.
It's because she's being picked on, in a way. She doesn't like it when Gina runs around like a crazy.
Are you still straight?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
I am. Why? Do you want to talk about something? I could always mute it.
Are they listening to her? Actually?
Well, no, I said I could mute it. Do you want me to mute it?
So we
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, if you check back later, I'll be working on the comic book. I'm just trying to get through at least getting these pages ready for the coloring book part of the app. So, because this is, as you can see, this is going to take a lot of time to get this ready. So, and I'm sure. Oh yeah, it's 7:30. Yeah, I'd say check back in about an hour maybe. We'll see. I keep forgetting I gotta keep looking up. I have a tendency of not looking up either. I gotta keep an eye on that chat. Usually, I started doing the chat on the on a tablet in front of my face, but the problem is that I'm constantly looking down at this other monitor, so I can't tell if somebody's typing or not. Oh. And there's a delay. So by the time he heard what I said, he was already gone. Didn't hear me on the other stuff. Oh well. Anyway. No. Grass. What's that? I don't know. The hand? Yeah, that hand. Okay. Fence. This is gonna have to be erased. Wow, this is gonna be. Yeah, it's not gonna be too bad. Well, don't get me wrong, it's a lot of work. But I only gotta do it a handful of times. Hopefully one more time is all I have to do this for. Hopefully this is it, really, to be honest with you. I could just take these files and be done. Hopefully this one time is good enough. Excuse me. My phone is blowing up. It's blowing up. Let's see. I will have to mute this real quick, guys. Be right back.